The world is a crazy place full of bizarre coincidences that have left people utterly baffled over the years. Coincidences that, if you saw them in a movie, would have you turn your nose up or leave you walking out. Yeah, so today on Top 5 Scary Videos, we've compiled a list of some of the scariest and most baffling, with our list of the top 5 scariest coincidences in history. Let's jump in. Coming in at 5, the 27 Club. Whether you realize it or not, we're all familiar with the 27 Club in one way or another. It's a club that was formed following a strange number of deaths that occurred in the music and film industry, with all of its members dying at the age of 27. People began to take note of this phenomenon between 1969 and 1971, during which time Janis Joplin, Brian Jones, Jimi Hendrix and Jim Morrison all passed away, and all at the age of 27. However, the name itself was born following the death of Kurt Cobain, who died in 1994, once again at the age of 27. Fast forward to 2011, global superstar Amy Winehouse also passed away at the age of 27. It is a bizarre coincidence that doesn't seem to be dissipating. When you think the curse may be broke, another musician joins the club. It's heartbreaking to see anyone die that young, but it is completely baffling as to why it's happening. A study published in the British Medical Journal stated that there's no increased risk of musicians dying at the age of 27. Yeah. Why is it happening? In at 4, Anthony Hopkins. The world works in mysterious ways sometimes, particularly for Anthony Hopkins in 1973. The Hannibal Lecter actor accepted the title role in George Pfeiffer's The Girl from Petrovka, which was also based on the book by the same name. Now, being a thorough actor and wanting to do his research, Hopkins went to a few bookstores in London, hunting for the original novel, but to no avail. He was on the verge of giving up and going home when he caught a glimpse of an abandoned book just sitting on a bench. And guess what? It was The Girl from Petrovka. 2 years later, when it came time to film, George Pfeiffer, the author, admitted to Hopkins that even he didn't have a copy of his own book and that he lent it to a friend in London who had lost it, and, I quote, "It was complete with all of my annotation." Hopkins pulled out his copy, and guess what? It was the same one. Coming in at 3, James Dean's Car. James Dean was an iconic American actor who made waves in the 1950s with films such as Rebel Without a Cause and East of Eden. Sadly, in 1955, at the age of 24, he died. Now, it's the events surrounding and following his death that are slightly unusual. Before his passing, Dean owned a Porsche Spider, a rare car which he named the Little Bastard. Now, it's in this car that Dean died. On his way to a racing competition, he was involved in a traffic collision that killed him. However, following his death, it seems that the car has inflicted misfortune upon others as well. Someone purchased the car not long after in order to fix it up and sell it. However, as mechanics were unloading the car, the engine fell out, breaking both the legs of the engineer. Following this incident, some of the parts of the car were sold to racing fans Troy McHenry and William Estridge. However, once the parts were installed, McHenry crashed his car into a tree and died. Estridge, on the other hand, flipped his car and suffered life-threatening injuries. Coincidence, or do you believe this is a cursed car? Coming in at number 2, Hugh Williams. Now, this is a quick one, but arguably the craziest on our list. This one was posted on crack.com by a user named Bohemian, and it simply says, "In 1660, a ship sank in the Dover Straits. The only survivor was named Hugh Williams. In 1767, a second ship sank in the Dover Straits. The only survivor was named Hugh Williams. In 1820, a ship capsized on the Thames. The only survivor was named Hugh Williams." Now, this is crazy, but it seems there's some logic behind it. It's easy for stories to get molded and rewritten through history. Perhaps this was just a retold sea story. It is also worth noting that the last name, Williams, is very prevalent in Wales and England, as is the first name, Hugh. The fact that the survivors shared the same name could just be an odd coincidence. What do you guys think? And lastly, in at number 1, RMS Car Mania. At the start of World War I, the British Navy converted a cruise ship named the RMS Car Mania into a makeshift war vessel. In order to fool the enemy and escape detection, they disguised the boat as a German passenger liner named the SMS Cap Trafalgar, and of course the plan worked. On September 14th of 1914, the Carmania passed through enemy territory and ambushed the Germans, sinking one of their own vessels off the coast of Brazil. Now, here is where things get crazy. The German ship the Brits encountered and sank was the real SMS Cap Trafalgar, which the Germans had disguised as British cruise ship the RMS Car Mania. Yep, right, if you've lost me, that's understandable. To put it simply, the Brits disguised their boat as a German boat and took down one of the German vessels. The German vessel they took down was the boat they were pretending to be. But not only that, the boat they took down was pretending to be the boat the Brits were using, the RMS Car Mania. Well, there we have it. What did you guys think of that? Did you know any of these crazy coincidences? Were there any that we missed? Leave us all your thoughts and feelings in the comments down below, and perhaps we can do a part 2. If you haven't already, be sure to give this video a big thumbs thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another scary vid. Until next time, see you later.